we've had some interesting compositions here. We saw the Butcher comp disaster. I don't think we're going to see that again here. I thought that the next pick that they had there on Dragonshire was a good composition, but not good enough. Cloud9 just outplayed. Is there any kind of different comp, Jake, that you would be expecting to see here on Battlefield of Eternity, maybe from Tempo Storm, that they could use to engineer a comeback?
You know, I don't think it was a compositional loss at all. I just think they got outplayed by Cloud9.
Okay.
And I just think Tempo has to stick to their guns. Now, here on Battlefield of Eternity, Tempo Storm will likely go for a lot of just safe pressure with those ranged assassins. Try to just not get too far behind in the early game and just beat Cloud9 with the strong late game decision making that they are so very known for.
Well, we'll see what they end up taking and banning out in a moment here. By the way, guys out in the crowd, you have been amazing so far. Thank you for coming down this weekend.
Yeah, this has been a lot of fun. Really cool. You know, Heroes of the Storm is obviously still in its infancy as far as being an esport, so it's really exciting to see this game grow and develop, the meta change, and we all continue to learn more and more about it. But enough about that. Actually, for bans here, Abathur ban and Zeratul ban.
I love it. I love the Abathur ban because of how strong it is here.
Yeah, Abathur definitely can be very strong, soaking one of those lanes, helping to get that push on, and just being so mobile because there's so many fights in the center.
And this is the first time they're denying that Earth-through pickup on the side of Cloud9. This is a big deal for Tempo Storm. They're going to feel confident and comfortable with that pickup, and Zeratul's not going to be an option for Cloud9 either, but they still have the option to play Tyrande, who has been a big playmaker in their success.
Certainly has been. Tyrande, I've been so surprised at how popular she's been, but first pickup gonna be Jaina here for Cloud9.
Yeah. Good prediction there. Yes, Jaina will be going there first. And the question is now, what do they pair with Jaina for this opening? I mean, it's so important, this process of the match, because whatever you're picking, you're also denying to the other team, but at the same time, you're also revealing more information about what kind of team composition you might be going for.
Well, Tyrande is that second pick. You know, this hero has just been highlighted, its strength here in this tournament. You almost have to wonder why the other regions around the world really aren't using her as much.
I actually find it very questionable. I mean, for the Alliance here, you've got Tyrande, you've got Jaina, but Tempo Storm, they have Uther, so a lot of representation. We're going to see things mixed up here as Leoric, the Skeleton King, is picked up.
Yeah, not a big surprise here that we have Leoric. Just such a strong hero, one of the newer heroes in Heroes of the Storm. So they have their warrior, they have their, well, maybe one of their warriors, I should say. They have their support, and now we're going to have Kael'thas.
All right, getting that range damage that they really do need. Don't forget, you're going to be fighting a lot around those Immortals that do a lot of stuns, so see how that goes. Some nice signs out in that audience.
I love the cheerfuls here. I mean, it makes esports so much more fun, but now it is time for the second ban phase. And Sonya, the respect of that hero, will remove her.
All right.
Sonya been banned a lot here. Not a surprise. She's very popular. And taking out Kerrigan. And Kerrigan was a real linchpin hero in some of the games you saw previously. So they're going to go ahead and eliminate her as well. Now back to the picks over here. Two more for Cloud9.
Well, I would say they probably need to grab a support and a warrior at some point, but that last hero, I'm wondering if there's any possibility that Cloud9 could try a Butcher composition, Jake.
It's possible. They did try it earlier, but it didn't work. That was in the winners finals versus Tempo Storm. They do go for Johanna. I'm feeling the Rhaegar for this next pickup.
All right, let's see what that is going to be before we switch it over and get the last two picks for Tempo Storm.
Yeah, and this is going to be it for them if they take this. This is going to be the comp that they're going to go for to try to close us out. Arthas is obviously just such a great hero. You can't really be surprised ever to see an Arthas pick. So good at rooting, so good at engaging, and you know, that heroic, just able to survive for so long.
The amount of damage that this warrior puts out is just fantastic. Whether it's fighting against another hero or being on top of those Immortals in the middle of the map trying to kill them off, he's just fantastic.
Okay, well, Tempo, they've got to round up their composition. They already have a support, a warrior, and an assassin, but will they go for the triple range assassin classic that they're known for, or continue to shake things up with a double warrior meta? There's the Bala. I could see Nazeeba or Zagara being that last pickup here.
Yeah, I think either of those would actually be great. They could combo really well with the heroes they already have.
And it's a Muradin coming down, actually, a secondary tank here.
Yeah, that should more likely be Murden playing that again, right? He's so known for being in the face, and Murden can do that in a pretty safe manner, opting to really switch their things up for a double warrior meta for this battlefield of eternity. But now Cloud9, they get to pick their last hero, and it will be a support.
Indeed, they definitely do need to pick that up. Which support will it be?
Maybe Malfurion here? Maybe Rhaegar?
Rhaegar does get picked up.
Is. All right, so do we now have the entire team set up? Remember, guys, Cloud9, surprisingly, is up 2-0 in this best of 5, which means Tempo Storm has to make no more mistakes. They have to win every single game from here on out, or they will be getting second place here in our tournament.
And it doesn't matter how many times that you've beaten Cloud9 if they beat you here, because this is for the most money. This is for the championship of America.
Right, and you know what? I hate to say it, but I'm liking Cloud9's composition. Guys, good luck, have fun with this game.
Very much. Here we go on the left-hand side of Battlefield Eternity in the blue. We have Azuna on Leoric, Soldier on Murden, Arthalon on Kael'thas, Kael on Bala, and Dreadnought on Uther. Make some noise for Tempo Storm. And their opponents in the red on the right. We have Dunktrain on Rhaegar, King Caffeine on Joanna, Fan on Jaina, K1 Pro on Tyrande, and iDream on Arthas. Make some noise for Cloud9.
And 40-0-6.
Sniped.
Tagging that.
Get out, Kael'thas.
Remember this map, as you guys who are not too familiar with Heroes of the Storm, only 2 lanes here, a lot of brawling in the middle of the map, a lot of ways to get ambushed there, so you gotta be very careful.
Yeah, certainly the case. There's so many team fights around those Immortals, so definitely something they have to watch out for. Now we do have, it looks like 4 in the bottom lane for each side, and Caffeine running with that Condemn, not really finding a lot of damage though.
And a push over here, Leoric, again, ghosting away. Cloud9 with some fantastic presence. Some focus there on Jaina. Jaina might be in a little bit of trouble, but Murden maybe overextending, now backing out. Leoric comboing that too.
Yeah, no one taking a big lead here quite yet. In the meantime, up top, we do have Rhaegar and Vala both soloing, something that we have seen already from these 2 teams.
So most of the concentration here is down in the bottom lane. They just need those the one hero at the top to make sure they're staying even in experience. Again, Leoric, always great to have in the front since he can escape fairly easily. Johanna here for Cloud9 taking some damage, but another very tough warrior to kill as well.
Indeed the case. We do have the teams just staying very even at this point. It's not going to be too long before those Immortals do get spawned out on the map, so it'll be very interesting to see how heavily they attack each other's Immortals at the start.
Yeah, it's actually about to happen here. Artos is about 10 seconds away. Meanwhile, Bala, nice escape there through the gate, and Arthas taking a little bit of damage, but looks like Cloud9 will get a little bit of presence there in that top lane before the Immortals spawn.
Man, these Owls are really finding homes all over the place. A lot of hits already, but here we go. The Immortals have spawned. Looks like we're gonna have a scuffle over here on the right side of the map. King Caffeine staying in the front right here. Zuna throwing down the Drain Hope.
And as we see right now, Jaina actually getting very low. Jaina could be taking a ton of damage over here, but on the upper left, Kael'thas is taken down there. Another win there for Cloud9.
Yeah, Tempo Storm taking a lot of damage. Nice stun goes down on KO. They're going up right now, rotating into defending their Immortal for the time being. Soldier gonna have to back up.
And now Cloud9 rotating down here to the Immortal of the opposing team. Tempo Storm coming in here right now, trying to deny any access. Cloud9 playing very cautiously, but maybe not cautiously enough.
Oh, chain stuns going out on not iDream right there. And it looks like he will end up living through it, but taking a lot of damage. In the meantime, King Caffeine taking some damage, backing up as well.
Kael'thas has been picked up again. Tempo Storm having a bad day. The Immortals both barely even in health. That could change very quickly if a team fight comes out on top here for Cloud9 or Tempo Storm.
All right, well, it looks like they're starting to work here on their opponent's Immortal. We do have Zuna back up. Looks like he's going to tap that well for the time being. We do have Dreadnought coming in here with Murden as well. Going to go ahead and attack in. It looks like they are going to defend this Immortal.
They are coming down here. Note the caution here by both teams. Jaina there in the front to soak possible damage. Meanwhile, Jaina actually up here in the top dealing some damage. They're battling a little bit of trouble. Arthas coming down right now. And a lot of damage. They're done going down. Another takedown. Storm problems here for Tempo Storm.
Looks like we do have Arthas getting taken out as well. We have Zuna Wraith walking forward, trying to get this damage on Fan, getting out of the way, but a lot of damage on Dump Train. He does have that living bomb on him as well, but they take down Zuna on Leoric. Soldier falls as well.
Just barely Uther managing to dodge that crossbow. This is going to be a great moment here for Cloud9 to come in and try to do as much damage to that Immortal, ultimately leading to a very strong lane push.
Looks like right now Artheon actually going for Dunk Train. Does not get him with that living bomb. K1 Pro in the meantime taking a lot of damage. His self-heal is real though and lives for a moment, but KO dashing forward for the kill.
And now concentrated down here at the bottom Immortal. The blue Immortal of Tempo Storm is Cloud9 beginning to back up. The rotation has happened, and now the armies are going to have to get resituated.
All right, well, it looks like we are going to have a Cloud9 coming over here and really powering down this Immortal so quickly. Soldier coming in, Zuna as well, trying to defend it, but it's so low on health. I'm not sure how long they can keep it alive.
It's so low. I think it's basically impossible. Cloud9 just has to be continue to just stay in control here at this point in time. The Red Immortal will just simply beat the blue one, even if they both continue to not touch them. Tempo Storm trying to just see if Cloud9 maybe will overextend. Cloud9 playing fairly conservatively, but Jaina in a little bit of trouble here. Jaina stunned.
Oh, beautiful stun chain there. Fan does get popped. In the meantime, a stun does come down on Dread Knight. Stay alive. King Caffeine falls. Some great moves here by Tempo Storm.
Really nice play there by Tempo Storm. They needed something like that to start coming back in this game. Also, we have Tyrande actually taking a little bit more damage. Gonna go through the gate and barely escape.
The self-heal helps her once again here. But in the meantime, we have Arthas trying to finish off. And Arthas does succeed, but will pay with his life.
Evil wins this time, Artosis. And we're gonna have a lane push over here in the north lane. And, you know, this is not, I mean, it's definitely impactful, but it's not huge here, right? It's just a slighter, a slight advantage right now for Cloud9. Lanes fall apart pretty quickly on this map since there's only two of them.
Indeed they do. Well, the Immortal pushing forward, hitting into these walls, into these turrets as well. We do have King Caffeine coming up here as well as Fan. A couple of the heroes are down bottom, still soaking, but really, that's just because this is the first Immortal.
The fort under pressure now. Another takedown as Uther is out. At the same time, though, we do have Arthas taking up damage as well. Johanna actually in a lot of trouble right now.
Ooh, a nice turn right now by Tempo Storm, doing an absolutely fantastic job. Fan taking lots of damage. Nice body blocks there by Zuna, and it looks like Fan will fall.
Beautiful play back there. Tempo Storm, they could be engineering a comeback here. They are playing pretty well. Cloud9, though, not far behind them right now. By the way, great job there by Tempo Storm keeping that fort alive. That's pretty critical, especially when you're down this many games in this match.
Well, you know, right now, Tempo Storm doing a good job this game, I have to say. Turning that battle around. Despite losing that first Immortal, they now have an experienced lead, but Cloud9 not too far behind right now as well. They're going ahead, grabbing some of these camps. Gonna go ahead, take out the Bruiser right now.
Nicely done. They're going to have a strong push over there. An interrupted capture over here down in the south. Jaina taking a lot of damage. Going to have to go down this narrow path right now. We see Arthas actually managing to survive that and now coming down to dress of Cloud9.
Well, we do have a Blizzard coming down there on Zuna. A huge lift up by Kael'thas, and now Rhaegar does fall. Jaina taking a lot of damage without a healer here. May go down, but Soldier being assaulted has to jump out.
And they will now take this bottom camp, getting a strong push here for Tempo Storm. Meanwhile, however, at the north, this lane has almost been broken.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to be able to get this fort, perhaps. We do have Kael'thas rotating up to try to help out, but we also do have King Caffeine up on Johanna there, coming in to try to help kill off the fort.
Good save there by Kael'thas. We are almost to level 10, and that level 10 will first and foremost be going to Tempo Storm. And there it is now. So with the heroic abilities available to Tempo Storm, Cloud9 really can't full-on engage.
That is correct. Cloud9 really going to have to sit back and soak some experience, get that level 10, get those heroics up so that they can fight once again. But the Immortals are about to spawn, so this is a pretty big advantage for Tempo Storm right now.
Yeah, Tempo Storm. there's not much that Cloud9 can really do to stop them from dealing all this damage to this Immortal. Looks like they're going to see if there's any other exposed heroes. Arthas on the run right now. Nice job there by this, dodging the skill shot.
Yeah, but in the meantime, still not level 10. They're so close, but it's just not there quite yet, and a lot of damage being dealt to the Immortal of Cloud9.
You better believe when they hit level 10, Cloud9 is going to scramble over here into the center of the map. I do like this by Johanna, just trying to take out this fort at any chance they can.
Well, they have level 10 now, but King Caffeine out of position. We have Tempo Storm rotating up and trying to take him out. Looks like, oh, a beautiful invulnerable right there, but King Caffeine still goes down.
Nice pick off there. Cloud9 now with only 4 heroes to the 5 of Tempo Storm. The Immortals continuing to attack each other. We may have a skirmish down here. Cloud9 actually is a little bit out of the position. Arthas needs to get out of there.
And it looks like right now they are pushing back in. Zuna dealing a lot of damage. The Phoenix of Kael'thas comes down on this Immortal. The stuns come out and actually hit some of these players from Tempo Storm. A little bit of a mistake there, but we do have Cloud9 pushing them off for now.
Yeah, Cloud9 just barely hanging on right now. Tempo Storm in very good form this game. They got to keep that maintained though. Things can, fall apart pretty quickly on a map like this, especially when you get later on. Those Immortals are so strong when they're pushing.
Well, right now, Cloud9 going after the Immortal of Tempo Storm. Tempo coming back after they did heal up a little bit here, pushing them off. They are going back. A nice lift up there, dealing quite a bit of damage to Tyrande, and a nice jump in and stun there by Soldier. So it's taking a lot of damage, but the Divine Shield does go down.
Arthas now going back. Dream getting pretty low here. He needs to back up. Jaina actually could be in a very bad spot as well. They've isolated Jaina. Jaina getting so low. And we have a takedown there. Beautiful play by Tempo Storm. Arthas still on the run. And another takedown.
Dream falls, and it looks like King Caffeine should as well. With the rest of Tempo Storm turning on him, he does explode. And what else is going to explode? It looks like this Immortal.
This Immortal is going to go down. A great push now coming from Tempo Storm. Again here in the top lane. This is now Tempo Storm's moment to try to begin winning this series back.
Yeah, this is looking really good for them right now. They're up a couple of levels. They're going to hit that level 13 talent first, and they have this very strong Immortal with a huge amount of shields. So looking pretty good, but Cloud9 is fully up, and they're sending many of their heroes up that top lane.
I really love this push down here by Tempo Storm's Leoric. Zuna going to come down here and just try to take out both forts at the same time.
Oh man, Johanna being lit up so quickly there. iDream taking a lot of damage as well. And without Rhaegar up here, they don't really have that much support. Sure, Tyrande can heal a little bit, but not enough burst to really keep him alive.
Looks like bottom lane is going to be reclaimed, at least for now here by Cloud9. But unfortunately for Cloud9 in the north, they now have a softened up lane that's going to be pushed in. They're going to be, Tempo Storm's now that much closer to getting to the core.
That's right, they're going up against these gates and these towers in front of the keep. They should be able to easily take these down with that much health on the Immortal. A lot of damage being done here. We do have a flank here by Arthas coming in, but the Divine Shield on Kael'thas. Lots of damage going down, and he does fall.
Beautiful trap there on Arthas. Cloud9 now trying to engage. Is it an overextension? We have Murden getting very low. Murden may need to try to escape here. We are probably going to have to ghost away here as well.
Nice jump there from Murden to get away, but Zuna ends up falling here. That's all right, he'll be back up in a moment. But again, Cloud9 having a nice fight there.
I do like Kael'thas coming down here in the bottom lane. Nothing there to defend for Cloud9. Gonna see if they can't just possibly push that in a little bit more. Most of the action over here in the upper right is about the defense there of the keep area for Cloud9. Kael'thas now getting these mercs down here. This is going to be a pretty strong push into the bottom lane as well. So things not looking too good for Cloud9, but certainly at this point in time in the game now with level 14 to level 13, there is still the chance, it's very realistic, that Cloud9 could come back, especially if they won an entire team fight.
Absolutely, and this is a time where they're still all right. They still have a fort up. That's where the next Immortal would most likely go. They almost have the top fort down for Tempo Storm as well, so definitely something to keep track of here. But Cloud9 is not out of this. They've got to be careful, though. They've been out of position a couple times, and Tempo Storm has punished them for it.
Tempo Storm now going to come down here and go right for that fort and then back out. But is this an overextension? Cloud9 now coming in here and trying to punish.
Looks like right now it's Condemn on Arthalon right there, trying to get him. A nice stun goes out. And, huge ancestral on King Caffeine. He's going to be able to re-enter this battle immediately. But where's the damage follow-up?
You can see Arthas is actually behind her, hoping to get a trap, but they do identify Arthas. They're using Strength. Arthas on the run right now, getting pretty low here.
Oh, it doesn't look like he'll be safe. Down he goes.
Completely nuked there. Was Arthas not able to heal himself back up in time?
Yeah, just getting slightly out of position here, and Tempo Storm knowing exactly what to do right there. So let's see if Cloud9 can get something done, because Tempo Storm, they've taken down that keep. That is a very weak lane, and we're going to have catapults pushing there for the rest of the game.
It's going to be a huge problem for Cloud9, especially when Immortals are spawning in the middle of the map, because there's so much action going on in that area. It's just so difficult to deal with. So let's keep our eyes on that top lane, because that might be something that's going to have a huge impact later on here in these fights in the middle. Over here, the Immortal now taking a lot of damage right now. Tempo Storm, excuse me, just doing everything in their power to try to get rid of Cloud9's Immortal as fast as possible.
And they do burst it down to half health, so it is going to go ahead and respawn. This is a great time for it, Tempo Storm. And look at this, correctly guessing, going down here to the bottom right there. A nice lift up on Johanna. Johanna taking lots of damage, but shielding out.
Yeah, very nicely done there by Johanna Leor. Vampiring some health away. Johanna's still on the run. It looks like Murray going to try to come in for a body block. And
the missed Ancestral, that is a big deal. Soldier jumping in, doing a lot of damage here to Dunk Train, but it looks like Dunk Train will get no lift and going down. Will Dunk Train die? Dunk Train solo and barely living through that.
Unbelievable. Incredible save there by Cloud9. However, the Immortal here in the center is not going to be so lucky. It might be taking so much damage, it will be a win there for Tempo Storm. And that means these lanes are going to get thinner and thinner here for Cloud9.
This is just amazing for Tempo Storm. Look at this. There's like no damage has been dealt to their Immortal, which means the shields are going to be out of control if they finish this off. This is going to be a real big problem. Look at this. Zuna just zoning everyone out here.
Yeah, Zuna definitely keeping them busy here, and this is going to be a push in the bottom lane. That's really the only lane with any infrastructure that's remaining here for Cloud9. So Cloud9 is very close to having complete exposure to their core.
Well, right now they do have to push out this top lane real quick before that Immortal hits into their keep. They have to make sure those catapults are not going to hit their core, but in the meantime, we do have Tempo Storm coming down and pushing into this wall.
Coming in here now is a super powerful Immortal, just destroying the gate, making a beeline here for the keep. Yeah, you see Cloud9 doing what they can to defend, but they don't want to go in too far. They're going to risk losing the entire team.
Well, right now, Soldier taking a lot of damage up there with Murden. Zuna pushing forward here, chopping at everyone. Fan taking lots of damage. Some nice heals going down. Oh, the miss Ancestral once again. That is a huge deal. In the meantime, King Caffeine running back a nice condemn, but everyone on Cloud9 taking way too much damage.
And the core is just getting abused here. Cloud9 trying to do what they can to defend. The death timer, however, too long here for Cloud9. They will not be able to save the core. And that means that game number 3 goes to Tempo